Welcome into Minnesota Vikings Now. I am Tom Downey. That is Kirk Cousins. We're pretty sure wearing a Coles t-shirt or button-down short sleeve, whatever the proper terminology is in there. If you think Kirk's rolling in the Coles cash, hit that big red button and subscribe right now. We're still enjoying that Vikings win over the Green Bay Packers. I think I speak for every Vikings fan, especially producer Patrick over there on that one. Coming up on today's show, did Adam Thielen throw some shade at Mike Zimmer? Maybe, depending on how maybe unintentionally, but I kind of think so. The Vikings offense looked awesome against Green Bay in Week 1. 395 yards of total offense. They averaged 6.5 yards per play. 269 passing yards, 23 points. And then Adam Thielen had this to say after the game. I've never been a part of an offense that was just attacking and attacking and attacking. It did not matter the score. It did not matter the situation. We were attacking. It felt good. Now, you have to think about that for a second. Who has been the only coach in Mike Zimmer's career? Well, Adam Thielen has been the only player that Mike Zimmer had for his coach. So, think about it, right? Zimmer, the only coach that Adam Thielen's had in the NFL. So when you're offering up praise for Kevin O'Connell, it certainly sounds like you're taking a bit of a shot at your old head coach with the older mindset offensively of, maybe not attacking as much, especially not through the air. Adam Thielen, I know, has been a bit banged up in recent years. His numbers have dipped. He's been a touchdown machine, but he hasn't had that 1,000-yard season in quite a while. Now, in this case, as we'll get into later on in today's show, it was Justin Jefferson who was basically uncoverable. But even though the Vikings won 23-7, they threw it more than they ran it. Kirk Cousins played really well. 23 of 32, 277, 2 touchdowns, had a sack for 8 yards to get to the 269 number. I was impressed with that passing attack. Thielen only had 3 catches, 36 yards. I don't think he's that mad about it when his boy Justin Jefferson's going off. And with all the praise for the Vikings offense in Week 1, it does kind of come off as a negative comment towards the old regime and the old head coach, which was Mike Zimmer. So whether intentional or not, do you think Adam Thielen was taking a shot at Mike Zimmer? Let me know in the comment section. You can type in Y for yes, he was, N for no, he was not. This will be the pinned comments on today's video. So get that ad break here on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Y for yes, N for no. Let's get to Justin Jefferson now. What really are his triple crown chances? Those of you who don't know what that is, it's leader in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. He is off to a historic record-shattering pace after a 9-catch, 184-yard, 2-touchdown performance. So perspective, that'd be 153 catches, which, good. That's doable. 3,000 yards through the air, and a blistering 34 touchdown receptions. That is not going to be maintained. Maybe the catches could be maintained. 9 per game is a lot. It is doable if you're feeding him targets, as Jefferson went bonkers against Green Bay. I mean, averaging 20.4 yards per catch, and you have 2 scores. He was uncoverable as he continues to get better and better every single year. I would once again like to thank Howie Roseman in Philadelphia for allowing him to get to Minnesota. The receiving leaders in Week 1, so the season, right? Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase. Cooper Kupp was 5th. Those are 5 awesome receivers. There's nothing too surprising about which 5 are on there. Now, remember this, too. The Vikings' new offense is heavily based upon, with some modifications, at least from what I saw in Week 1, the Rams' offense, because Kevin O'Connell comes over from L.A. Cooper Kupp last year had 145 catches, nearly 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns. He averaged 13.4 yards per catch, and it is very reasonable to see this. Justin Jefferson is playing the Cooper Kupp role the role that Kupp plays in the Sean McVay offense, now in the Kevin O'Connell offense. Now, Jefferson totaled over 3,000 yards in his first 2 years, 17 scores. He's not going to match those numbers in year 3, but he's only a third-year player. I do not believe we've seen the best yet out of Justin Jefferson. That's what's so crazy to me. So I think there is a very real possibility that Jefferson can reach that Triple Crown number. It's not the exact same offense in Minnesota. You saw a lot more 2 tight end, 2 fullback package or 2 back packages this week in Minnesota when the Rams ran something like, I think it was like 95 or something of their snaps, percent of them, if not all of them, in 11 personnel with 1 back, 1 tight end. O'Connell's adding some new wrinkles than what McVay tends to do in LA, but Jefferson's going to feast this year. Coming up next, we'll break down the playoff and Super Bowl chances, but first, today's show is made possible by BetUS. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code CHAT125. You put down at least $100, they're going to give you extra 125% deposit bonus. They're literally giving you free money. So those of you that took my bet this week, which I did put as part of a parlay with the Titans winning, so it did not cash. I took the Vikings money line over Green Bay. That hit, but the parlay itself didn't, but I'm an aggressive bettor. But I got plenty of leftover money because I hit a couple parlays per year, and I'm in great shape because of that deposit bonus. $100 down, it's an extra 125 in your account. They'll match up more if you put down 200, etc. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code CHAT125. NFC North odds looking different now. Minnesota plus 125. Packers are plus 115. Lions are plus 775. Kind of surprised the Bears are so far down, but, you know, it is what it is from that standpoint there. Lions, Bears, don't bet them. Minnesota, you absolutely can't at plus 125. Let's look now at the Vikings' chances. These are some of the ESPN, projection stuff. Make the playoffs, a 72% chance based on week 1. I like it. Win the division, 47%, very much in line with those odds we saw from BetUS. First round bye is 13%, which is somehow they've got a better chance to make the Super Bowl at 13.3%, which I find interesting. That, again, it's the projections. Week 1 can get wonky. That doesn't make any sense to me, is what it is. Winning the title, though, 6.2%. That for week 1, that actually is pretty high as far as I'm concerned. So what do you think? Do you think the Vikings will end up making the playoffs? 1 for yes, 2 for no. After week 1, I say yes, they will. But I want to hear from you, and I suspect I'll see a lot of ones in the comment section. Let's do some more ESPN conversation here. Big-time jump for Minnesota in the ESPN Power Rankings. They are now number 10 behind the Bills, Chiefs, Bucks, Chargers, Rams, Ravens, Bengals, Packers. They just blew them out. The Eagles as well. Now, this is a significant jump for Minnesota. They were number 23, which I think is too low, given that they were almost a playoff team last year and didn't get worse at all and probably got a little bit better with the new regime. They jumped to 10 now. Took them a week for ESPN to kind of get back on track. Now, when we did the Chat Sports Power Rankings this morning, I did them with the AP poll style from The Office. We'll link it in the comment section for you guys. Minnesota is number 6, ahead of the Eagles, ahead of the Rams because they look bad in week 1, and ahead, of course, of the Green Bay Packers. There are reasons to believe in this Vikings team, even if we're a little bit high on hopium after week 1. NFC's wide open. Cowboys are a bit of a dumpster fire there. Packers are clearly beatable, right? The Bucks are a good team, but I think you can beat them as well. Talent in key positions, you've got it. Receiver, quarterback. I think your defense is going to be in better shape than what it was last year, and Kirk's playing with confidence. And I think Kirk can play at a borderline, if not legitimate top 10 level with these playmakers and with this offensive scheme. That is it for today's video. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you. You're a real one. Let's do a little real one roll call. Spam real one in the comments section if you made it to the end, and producer Patrick, our Vikings fan, will show you some love.